Welcome back to the Big Sunday Show. New video surfacing of liberal protesters crashing an Arizona wedding officiated by Democrat Senator Kyrsten Sinema. The activists harassing the bride and her mother as they made their way to the ceremony. Check this out.
You just go down to the corner for an hour. How about it's my daughter's wedding? Just for an hour. Just let her get married, please. This person is not my daughter. My daughter's getting married.
Will you tell her that?
Did you invite Senator Sinema really here?
No, listen. Tell her that we don't like what she's doing to our country.
Shame. Shame. Leave, Senator, leave if you have any.
Thanks for ruining my wedding. I really appreciate it.
You know what? She's ruining our life. That's I'm sorry.
It's just my wedding.
I know. You
Well,
are.
I really wish I could enjoy my wedding without you ruining it.
I know you do.
So sad. So that wedding, hopefully not ruined, but, clearly not what you want to happen on your wedding day. Sean, obviously this is an effort by liberals to try to put this pressure on Kyrsten Sinema to get her to cave on the reconciliation bill. But what happens if Terry McAuliffe loses to Glenn Youngkin on Tuesday? What does that mean for Joe Biden's agenda moving forward?
Yeah, so just first of all, that last segment, it is Halloween. I wanted to disappear on you guys, right? So you couldn't see me.
Ducking my questions, I get it.
right. I was dodging you, Tyrus. It was a tough segment. So first off, this kind of politics never plays well when you go after a bride. It's a special day. They spend a lot of money and time and effort and planning, and you go after them because you have a radical agenda or you want to go after Kyrsten Sinema who's attending. Americans hate this. But you asked a really good question. So I've been in the Congress. I've seen this happen. So if Republicans win, if Youngkin wins in Virginia, there's going to be a big debate in the Democrat conference. Some will say, well, listen, we lost because we didn't go big and bold. We didn't pass this agenda. Had we passed the agenda, we would have won in Virginia. The other side will say, no, America hates this agenda. We got to go in a different direction. And so I don't know how it's going to play out, but I think that the progressives are mean and they're nasty and they push really hard. They do these kind of things. And I think they're going to be successful. If I'm a betting man, that they will sell their colleagues that they didn't go big enough. They didn't do infrastructure. They didn't spend $3.5 trillion. And therefore, they lost Virginia. So therefore, they all have to vote to destroy America and pass this horrible bill.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. But you know Washington, D.C. very well. So, Jackie, when Mitt Romney bucks the Republican Party, he's a maverick, he's a hero. Here you have Kyrsten Sinema bucking the Democratic Party. She's a pariah. The media is painting her as she's the problem. Why is that?
It's amazing to me, and it's all another layer of the hypocrisy that we have talked about so many times on this show. You think about what happened at that wedding, and you think if the shoe was on the other foot and you had a bunch of Republican protesters there, saying the same message, people would be crying foul and saying how horrible they are. Yet nobody is doing that really in this case, except for us here on this channel. Having said that, to bring it back to what happened in Virginia, for example, with the Lincoln Project trying to smear Glenn Youngkin. If the shoe was on the other foot there would have been complete outrage. I don't know why it happens. It's just because of sort of the woke nature of what's happening in this country. It's okay when they do it. It's not okay if we do it. And it's really getting intolerable.
Well, and that's the big problem. Tyrus, this is remember when those protesters followed Kyrsten Sinema into the bathroom? We all remember what Joe Biden had to say about it. Let's take a listen to that real quick, and I'll get you on the other side.
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. So it's part of the process.
Tyrus, is this the new normal in politics?
No, maybe for politics, but not for what it means to be a responsible adult man. You're a leader and you're saying that, oh, this is inappropriate, but it happens. That's like you're just condoning it. You're basically saying there's no consequences. What he should have said was he should have categorically said it is never okay to follow a woman into the bathroom with a video camera. And bother her about meeting. There's a place for that. It's called your local city hall. It's the same thing with this. My biggest message is this obviously is not going to stop because mainstream media, because it's something that falls in line with their purview, is going to make these people out to be some sort of good Samaritans. What you have to do, and again, I go back to this all the time, if you don't speak to them, you just roll through them. Don't give it to them. Don't give them that sound bite. If your cameras are there, turn them off. because if they can't get attention for it, because when they post their phones or their 30-second video of the 8 of them standing there dressed up in Halloween costumes, some of them or not. I don't know if it's cultural appropriation or whatever sensitive issue. I'm going to offend them by saying this. But if you do not give them the dialogue and you just keep moving, because luckily for them, they had a door. It was a wedding. Chances are the facility had security of some sort. I would just load that up, close the door behind them, go enjoy your day, and move on from it. But don't give them I felt bad for the mom. She was wasting her time. They don't speak our language of acceptance and understanding. They just want to get their junk across, and they don't care who's hurt.
Yeah, and you can see how sad it obviously made her and what appeared to be the bride. So. And stop showing at people's houses. I think it's so wrong when protesters do that. But great discussion, guys.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.